It's time to wake up, San Gabriel Valley, with CCN Sunrise.
And now it's time for the Morning Buzz, and we have Evan Money joining us, best-selling author, global entrepreneur, and a movie producer. And you're also a part of our advisory board. So thank you for being here, Evan. So much to talk about with you.
What don't you do?
We're going to go into all of the things that you do, but first we wanted to start with the Morning Buzz and the story that is just gut-wrenching, the whole beheading of veteran journalist James Foley. And you know, there's such a conflict in the media right now of should people be showing the video of the beheading? Is that a terrorist act? Because in the UK they've labeled it a terrorist act. Mm-hmm. And I just want to ask you guys, have you guys watched this video?
Yeah, I mean, you can't overstate it enough. It is just ghastly. I mean, almost surreal when I was even aware of such a video, and just how personal the attack was on James's family. I mean, I think they were sent email correspondence, and it's just terrible. Just terrible.
Now, from the duality standpoint, what's interesting, number one, I know Twitter shut it down, which a lot of people are excited about, but from a duality standpoint, as a father with children, I look at the Disney side, and we're going on rides, and it's, you know, Alice in Wonderland and Off with Her Head, and oh, it's so fun, and then when you flip it around, it's like, wait a minute, people are still doing this. It kind of forces you to back, like, oh my gosh, this is massive, and for me, it's just a great reminder to me of what America has done, because until, you know, 17 whatever, until the Declaration of Independence was penned, until the Constitution was penned, the concept of how people acted was normal society up until that time. It was, hey, we're going to conquer, we're going to kill all enemies, and anybody is against us, off with their head, whatever.
Challenge you to a duel, and
yeah.
that.
I mean,
so
and that
perhaps in the media of that era, something like this would be accepted.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really wasn't media, but but that's how
there had been.
Yeah,
So
I mean, for all of human life, that was how people did things.
How did you talk to your kids about this?
Oh, that's a great one. We're a big shelter family, homeschool family. So there's certain things that, well, my son would probably get excited about it. He's a boy, and we're about battling and doing all this.
Boy.
So we haven't really broached that subject, but it's just interesting to see, for me, as someone realizing, okay, what can I do here? You know, we're here, it's a flat world, but I'm here, we live in America, I'm dealing with the 110 traffic, getting over here, and this guy's and his family are dealing with a whole different situation. So for me, it's more of appreciation to say, wow, look at how far we've come, look at what this country stands for, look at the great things that we have here, how can we keep it great, and realizing that, you know what, that stuff, you know, we're not that far separated now because of this flat world.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your, you know, kind of pillars, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but you know, there's a Harvard researcher out there who's talking about that there might be a possibility that we could live to 150 years old.
I'm pretty excited about this. I don't want to go anywhere anytime soon.
They're saying grapes are, you know, the secret to the magic, but would you want to live to 150 years old?
If I had Paulo's hair, yes. Absolutely,
well, look
yes.
at that shining head. I will touch it later. for good luck.
Well, I mean, I think one thing you have to consider is, like, what about the quality of life? I mean, sure, you can live to be 150, but are those going to be quality years?
Can you afford to live to 150? I mean, we can hardly live to 100 for a lot of people.
It's pretty difficult right now, but I mean, I think if you're going to take a plus side out of this, I mean, I guess you kind of prolong being a teenager. Now, kind of like how I'm doing.
Isn't that what men do all the time anyway? How is that going to be different?
Evan's a mature guy. He's wearing a vest.
Well, if you saw my car, you know where I stand on that standpoint. But what's interesting, I heard a great story, and we actually read it in one of our books for the kids. There was a lady who lived to 120. Oh no, she was 122. 122, wow. And they said, well, what's the secret? You know, how can we do this? And she says, well, it's a little bit of exercise. She was riding her bike in her hundreds.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking about quality of life.
I my mom about
that.
Yeah,
talking about quality of life. Riding her bike in her hundreds, okay? She said, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of red wine, a little bit. Okay, there's the grapes.
I like this lady already.
Okay. And here's the kicker.
Doable.
Here's the kicker. She says, I stopped smoking at 120.
Oh my God. I don't know if most researchers would be on board with that part. Yeah. But you know, whatever makes you happy, I think, is the key. You know, be active, get out there, do stuff. I just don't know.
Seems pretty basic, doesn't it?
I don't know what I'd still be doing at 150. I guess I would figure it out.